The next principle I would say is that we must learn to accept and grow in our divine roles as man and woman. We are both created equal, but we are not both created equally, in that we are both from the breath of God. We're both in the image and likeness of the Creator. However, we are both distinctly different as man and woman, male and female. We're given unique capacities, unique gifts and talents and skills that emerge out of our gender. And it is based upon that divine ordinance of male and female that we are expected to perform certain duties toward one another. And so if I can embrace my role as a male, then I have my hands full. I have no time to try to dictate to you your role. And if you can accept your role as a female, your divinely ordained role as a female, then you don't have time to try to be equal to me in my role as a male, because what the Creator expects and demands from you as a female is so awesome that you don't have time to bicker with me over what it's like to be a male. And so we have to learn to accept our roles, our divinely ordained roles, regardless to what the Supreme Court says, regardless to what some man-made ordinance or law says. The first law is the law of God. And so we can accept our roles and grow into our roles, then we will find that we will complement each other in such a beautiful way that it is undeniable that God is right, regardless to how we feel about it. We must learn to fall in love with being a man, fall in love with being a woman, and then love will emerge in our interaction with each other. So let's accept and grow.
Handle it this way, but I'm the type of person too, when I feel like you're not gonna do it, I just be like, oh well, you'll find out. But I'm not the type of person that'll throw it back in your face later on. I just be like, now we could have handled this a different route, you know what I'm saying? And that was a dark moment for me during those years. And I think about the times when I could have walked away, and I definitely would not be doing this now, so I'm grateful that I didn't, walk away or whatever. And now it's like everything is like, well, she texted me, she called me, she said this, she said that, said this, she said that, and I be like, oh, I got me a new boo, you know. And it was like once that cloud, it was like a dark cloud. Once that cloud dissolved, it's like, like a fresh wind. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I fell in love with him again. I was at another place with him. I'm at another place with him now. You know what I'm saying? You tell me that we finna walk on this water. Come on, let me get my boots. We gonna walk on this water. You know what I'm saying? And then the other day,
pretty much.
You want to say honey, but I'm just gonna give it to Sheila right now.
Excitement.
Strong, caring.
Mandingo warrior. And then I'm not the type of, you gotta give me a minute. I'm not the type of person, if I'm really mad, don't tell me, give you no kiss. I don't want no hug. I don't want to talk to you. Don't look at me. Don't even say sorry, because I'm still mad.
Is that what you want to change?
Yeah, about me. Yeah, about me. I don't want that. That's the part of me that I hate. I'm not a bounce back type. When you said something, first I analyze, I take it apart, and I say what you really meant, because this is how you meant it, and I know you did. You know. Whereas he'll say something, and he'll be like, I didn't mean it in that sense. Yes, you did, because blah blah. Then I start researching, and I'm a dictionary, so I said, well, that word means blah 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 blah, and that's how you said it. That's the part I want to change about me, because I can shut down and I cannot talk to you. If you make me mad, I can stop. I hate that about myself. I can stop talking to you. I can walk around the house for at least 2 months. and not say nothing. That's the part.
Yeah. Ready when y'all ready. Ready on set. When I'm looking around. Here?
Yeah, we're gonna start here.
Okay.
You talking about me?
Hey T,
Yo.
whenever one of us raise our hand, look at that particular
Okay, gotcha.
Tony, I'm not gonna ask you nothing.
I got you.
Oh God, I'm real nervous.
No, I'm cool. I got you. I don't know what y'all do. We'll tell the truth.
I'm just saying. Don't tell the truth about me now.
Hi, my name is Tony Harper. I'm the brother of Cherise Nobles, and this is our story. I'm not here to talk about marriage, but to talk about the Cherise that I know and the Cherise, the way that the growth that I've seen in her. It's really not enough time to give you all the stories, so I'm going to fast forward as much as possible. She and I had the same mother and father, yet she and I have the same mother and father, but we're yet so different but alike in so many ways. I've seen Cherise growth, love for her children. I've seen her grow.
You know, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all this. This is gonna trip y'all out. One day we were so we even now we were so connected to each other that lies you just couldn't do that kind of stuff. She was. I remember one time I was calling her back to back. You know, I ain't no blow 'em up on the phone kind of dude. I don't do that. You know, I just call, click, whatever. And I called her and I was like, "You're not answering the phone." So I called her back again. She answered. I called her back again. Then she finally asked the phone. She said, "I'm in counseling," and I was like, "You're in counseling?" But I just see you sitting on the other side of the desk. So how could you be in counseling? She was in Jenny Craig.
I was in a Jenny
I could see
Craig
her lose 30 pounds in 2 days. That was wild.
we were having
Wow.
our first date. We were having our first date in Memphis, and so I'm gonna lose weight in 2 days.
Spending that money. I'm like,
I spent $185 to enroll in Jenny Craig.
that's crazy.
And God knows, I don't know what I thought was going to happen in 2 days, but because I knew him and I was like, he had these certain expectations.
Preaching machine.
Jesus.
Whose mom is a hairstylist.
Yes, she is. And she
A
been,
person that's a giver just like you.
Yeah.
What he says, he'll get his shirt off his back.
yes, he will. And tell me later.
Yeah.
Being married to Darren, you know, I've called him. People really think he's a ordained bishop because all throughout our dating, I was like, my bishop. I'd be like, bishop, bishop, bishop. Even some of my friends back in Memphis, they're like, so where is the bishop? You know, I'm like, he's not a real bishop, but he's my bishop, you know. But one thing I truly fell in love with was that I knew that he feared God, and I knew at the end of the day, regardless to what happened or regardless to what trials came about, that I knew that even if he flipped out, that he had a relationship with God, that something was going to trigger him to do what was right. And he's very particular about the word of God and people teaching truth, and he's a prayer warrior. Now, that's the thing that probably drives me crazy.
What type of legacy do you want to leave behind about your marriage? What do you want people to say?
That young love can work.
It exists. It does. And that it's a process. It's not going to be 100. It's not going to be 100%. It's not going to be perfect. But you have to know that not only are you doing this for the sake of your marriage because you love your spouse, it's because of your relationship with God, because of the love that He has for you. You're supposed to have the same love for your spouse. My legacy is that I have become an encourager when it comes to marriage. I didn't at the time. I wasn't really into it. I mean, I never had anything bad to say about marriages in the beginning before I got married. but now I'm more sensitive to married couples, and I want the best out of everyone's marriage. For the things that I've been taught and the lessons that I've learned in marriage, I would say just pray. You have to pray. You have to pray not only for yourself, but you have to pray for your spouse and keep God first. He has to be first in order for this thing to work.
Well, in closing, we'd like to say y'all keep your head up. Newlyweds, keep your head up. Those that been married 20, 30 years, don't quit. When your situation get to the point where you think it's all the way done, don't quit. I got friends and family who stuck through some stuff. I got friends and family that gave up on some stuff. Now they wish they had stuck with their marriage. Don't quit. Keep on pushing. Pray. Keep good friends around you, good family. Number one, keep God first. Stay strong.
Pray. Just pray and continue to love and do your best and to try to keep your marriage, keep the fire in your marriage. You have to have that because it's needed. You're going to be together forever. You're going to need friends in the spot.
You know I can talk.
Destiny, tell us about one of your favorite funny arguments that we had.
This morning.
This morning.
This morning.
This morning.
Oh my God. What was y'all arguing about? Okay. Well, my mama came downstairs fussing for something that DeAndre didn't see. Just like walked past it, ignored that it was dog boo boo.
I didn't have my glasses on.
My little brother decided that he was gonna boo boo all over the place. So
She means her dog Max. Aaron does not boo boo himself.
So DeAndre didn't pick it up, and
I didn't know he boo booed. I thought he boo booed outside. I didn't know.
and my mom wasn't too happy about that. So she was fussing, and DeAndre, he was. My mom like, all you want to do is make coffee and act like you don't see nothing. All you gotta do blah 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 blah. So DeAndre like, for the record, boo boo, this coffee was already made, and it was just the funniest because my mama did not have a comeback. She was just like, oh.
What's cracking, y'all?
You said do that one more time.
I'm glad we did this
She
earlier.
said do it again.
Aaron,
Do it again.
do that one more time.
Woo!
Oh, Jesus, please.
I watch it sometime or whatever the name of the show is. It's a lot of other ones out there. I don't like them. I don't like it, and I just don't because I know what it's doing. I know
Being married, stop being stressed out about bills and everything else, and start working on your marriage, and everything else will fall in line. But you got to keep God first. So when we started doing the Nobles Marriage Foundation, we use that as an outlet for married couples to connect, go on date night, be in your own environment, because a married person, and this is just my opinion, has no business with them single friends in no bar, because your single friends is going to talk you into going outside of your marriage, because some of them are either jealous of what you have, don't appreciate what you have, or don't understand what you have. That's why it's best to keep them out your business, because when you and your spouse make up, your friends won't be looking at them lopsided. So we provide these avenues where you don't have to worry about your wife getting knocked down. You ain't got to worry about your husband getting hit on or none of that type of stuff. This forces you to spend quality time, a night of dancing, a night of just having a good time with your spouse, or a daytime event, or just conversation around other positive married couples.
Yeah, that's true. We saw a need for it, not just in the African American community, but the community at large. Because to me, I think that marriages are being secretly. I'm gonna let you buy this, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. Secretly assassinated. To the fact where, it's like you wake up, what I'm saying, you're like, hey, I'm finna go kick it with woo-woo. Like, what? Huh? Now? What? Just now? They just been totally assassinated, their whole marriage, their whole family. I mean, it's like almost like a domino effect, You know, and it's like, and it hurts me. It hurts us. I mean, even on TV when I hear couples, married couples, you know, they divorce to that nature, it hurts my heart because I know how much I love my wife, and I was told, and this is clearly for the record, that marriage was permanent. So I don't know if you know. So I really, like I said, I really believe in it. And before we started the Marriage Foundation, we was doing with positive individuals motivated by power. Our goal was to do outreaches for family events and just send families away. All they had to do was ask a couple of questions or just participate in anything me and my wife was doing or whatever. And we didn't mind. We sent a whole family to Great America. We donate clothes, gas cards,
grocery cards.
you know what I'm saying, grocery cards, whatever it took to because you don't know, there's some couples that they need gas or they might need some milk or some bread in their refrigerator, you know what I'm saying? And we knew that need, you know what I'm saying? And then out of the 4 hours, it was more like, we want to be the voice and whatever, by any means necessary, whatever we had to do to just give it, even if it was our last. So that hunger started to build up, and God started to use us because before it kind of started, they started seeing the effect of like, man, y'all really love each other, y'all, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't no entertainment, it just was the nature of God. It was just us, you know what I'm saying? And then we saw that people were getting oil off just being around, you know what I'm saying, us in that sense. So it was like, okay, let's use it for God's purpose in a sense or whatever.
Yeah, it was like watching an R-rated movie that you can't fast forward
or pause or turn off.
Yeah, or pause or turn off or
we just close the windows.
So my mother-in-law's house is like that.
Really?
When it gets hot, I'm like, we can't come over here in 90-degree weather. It has to be
Where is she?
Go visit on 65th and Maplewood.
Oh, okay. What neighborhood is that?
That's by California almost.
Oh, okay.
She lives in a corner house.
Oh, like that. That's what we live, corner, right?
They're right in the corner.
Everything that everybody
Oh,
and then they have
man.
their house since they were little. So it's like, we can stand right here. It's cool. They don't mind.
Yeah. And it's like,
Yeah, we were hardly ever home on the weekends because, we didn't want to be there. And then when we got home, just
get out the van,
get in the house.
Close the door.
The only time you see us out is I was grilling out.
Yeah. The safest time was when it was dead of winter. It's like it's 0 degrees outside. It's safe. You can go outside.
Or it was safe
Sunday morning.
Sunday morning.
Oh, the weekdays in the morning.
10 till about noon it was safe. Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Because they were sleeping.
The weekdays too. Like if I stay home from work one day and like on a Monday or whatever, it was good. But yeah. No.
Family structure.
I'm sorry?
I'm just trying to test the mic.
How important is family structure?
Oh, it's really important. I think we try as much as possible to eat dinner together. And we try to have a wind down time at the end of the day. And, even if it's just watching a little program for 30 minutes.
Football.
Okay, so it's football. But but we do that, and we, make sure we pray all together. We really started that recently because before we'd be in the apartment, she would be doing something, she's tired, and I would pray with the kids, and we started realizing we should both be there and both pray with them.
Stop and be still and just pray for the family.
And pray together, yeah. And so that's one of the important things we want to instill in them, prayer. Because I grew up in a Catholic home, so it was church was like I knew it blindfolded, closed my eyes, and it was the same thing all the time. The same songs, and kneel up. Okay, you knew the cues. There's the bell ringing. Okay, now you're gonna get out and go get communion. It was the same thing. And then the Lord began. Then I did something. I got a confession. Oh, I'm gonna say 5 Our Fathers and 2 Holy Marys, and I'm good. I think he said, "Come here for a second." So good to good advice for young couples is, before they start a family, I would think, to get to know one another, go on dates before they start their family. It's really hard. That's been the hardest thing for us is, like, going out when I honestly think the reason why we had kids so fast is because we were at an older age. Well, I was. You know, you're a spring chicken.
Your hands are freezing.
I know. But I think that's a good piece of advice. Enjoy each other's company. You know, plan. Have a plan.
So what you guys think is like, what would be like the greatest accomplishment you guys have done since you guys been together?
The house.
The house, yeah.
We got a house together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is my first time owning property.
You can hear that, can't you?
Hi, I'm Aaron Singleton. I'm the son of the Nobles.
So Aaron, what is it like being the son of the Nobles?
It's a lot. It's fun though. It's like they're not boring. I mean, some parents are boring, but not them. It's crazy.
How do you feel about them?
I love them. Like, well, of course I love my mama. I love Dre too though. Like, Dre grew on me a lot. It's my man, 50 grand. But, yeah, I love him a lot.
How did you feel when you first met him? Seeing as though he's not your biological dad.
Who is this dude with these twists and these glasses in my house? Because I felt like I was the man of the house now.
So as the time went on?
Oh, I grew. Because I seen that, you know, OG loved him, mom.
OG? We finna cook.
Yeah, I saw that she loved him, and, you know, I gave him a chance.
So what's your viewpoint on marriage?
Ooh. I get married. You know, I think it's y'all in love. I mean, y'all make other couples closer to me. That's how I see it. They leave more happy.
So would you ever get married?
Yes.
So what are your goals? What are your plans for the future?
I want to be a billionaire. I want to become a real estate agent and own my own architecture firm.
So how you gonna feel once you leave the Nobles residence?
First of all, free, no parents, but I'm gonna miss them a lot. You know, having parents in the house, come see them all the time.
So is there anything you wanna tell your mom?
I love you, boo.
Anything you wanna tell DeAndre?
Love you, 50 grand.
Is it difficult being the son of the Nobles?
Not really. I mean, sometimes, yeah, because y'all put a lot of responsibility on me. Because, you know, y'all be at work, and I'm Destiny Daddy. So, yeah.
Is that it?
Yes.
So, would you recommend anyone else to get married?
Yes. Marriage is not really bad. You just gotta pick the right person, you know. If you can see yourself with them 20 plus years, do that. But if you can't, don't do that.
Any closing thoughts?
God bless. And don't get married unless it's something that you really want to do. Because my parents did it. And they good. I am Aaron Singleton. This is my story.
Y'all want to do that take? Say it again.
Which part?
I am Aaron.
I am Aaron Singleton, and this is my story.
Good.
That's it?
Yep.
Praise Jehovah.
Destiny!
That was a while ago.
Okay. I'm a Green Bay fan. She's a
Saints fan. Saints fan.
which they haven't won in a while, so you can understand that. She's still praying about that.
I have faith.
I'm an entrepreneur. I have a business, a landscaping business, and a nonprofit. I do a lot of workshops for men, for boys. I got fatherhood programs I'm starting next year. Just a lot of work.
And I am a licensed clinical professional counselor, and I work in the Department of Psychiatry at a hospital. And so I do a lot of workshops in the community in regards to stress and mental health, because I just want people in our community to know about mental health and to access treatment and to get the help that they need. So I love it.
What about Anointed Wives?
And I also have a ministry called Anointed Wives Ministry, and it's a ministry specifically for married women as well as single women who are on the path towards marriage. We've been doing it for since 2009, and the reason that I started it was because when I got married, the ladies that I spoke to about marriage were very negative. They had nothing positive to say about marriage. So as I prayed about it, God told me to start something. I started the Anointed Wives Ministry, and we do a weekly prayer call to encourage women in the area of marriage. It's at 5 a.m. Yes, it's early, but the devil is busy all the time, so it's good for us to do that. Get up early every weekend, and we have a lot of things to just encourage women in regards to marriage. My t-shirt is one of them. It says, I love my husband, and so God made it so we were there at the same time. So that's what I often tell single ladies. While you're single, you should be working and not looking. So as you work, then God will send the man to find you. So that'll be out.
I saved her.
Yes, you saved me.
You need to be saved twice.
Before you got married.
Oh
wow, dating.
Now, if we can agree on this would be a miracle. Chris and I were best friends. After we met, we were best friends for 3 years. Okay. But when we were best friends, we did everything together. So it was like we were dating, but we were not dating. We were like, this is my best friend. This is my best friend. And so at one point I was like, okay, well, we do everything together. And like, if he was to bring up a female name or something, I would be in my head, I'm like, well, I know he's not talking to me about no female. But I want to sit down and think, oh, that's nice. That's lovely. That's great. And so at one point we decided to date, but then it wasn't working. It was messing with our friendship. So we was like, no, we're going to go back to just being friends. And so then, but we still kept doing the same thing like we were dating. And so then finally one day I was like, you know what, either we're going to date or not. And so Chris was like, I need to go into prayer and talk to the Lord. And I was like, you got 2 days to talk to the Lord, okay?
Let me give you the real story. Hold on. She was always coming over my house, right? And I was cooking breakfast. I'm like, when are you going to invite me to your house to eat or take me out to eat? Because all you doing is eating my food. So I was wondering what's going on every time you come to my house and eat. And like she said, the friendship was really good. I knew what type of person she was. I knew I could trust her. So that's what made us so close to each other. And she gave me an ultimatum. She said, look, I don't know what you gonna do, but I ain't finna play these games. I said, I ain't playing no games now. I don't know if we should date, but I said, she said, I'm gonna give you a week. And let me know an answer. I said, I need 2 weeks. I had some stuff in me I need to get out, and just some things I need to clear up in my mind.
For me.
Then if I, admit that it was me, even though it may not be me at the end of everything, and be quiet, peace.
Peace.
So, I'm wrong. I take the blame because at the end of the day, I'm still ahead. I take the responsibility of the situation. So, but I'll just take one for the team. So, he takes a lot for the team. So,
describe your marriage in one word.
Purposeful. I describe it as purposeful because the funny thing, what made me really into Felicia was when we was friends. One day I came home and it was a box at my door with 50 Bibles. And because I knew her, she knew my spirit, and I knew her. She knew what I was passionate about, giving Bibles to young men and teaching them the word and trying to change their lives. She started focusing on what my mission was, and she started to pour into that. So she was actually a helpmate before she became a helpmate.
It's a million plans, but he always has something that he's working towards. So I would say, Chris, the one word is visionary.
That's a good choice, though.
I thought you would like that.
I do.
Which ways are you different from your spouse, and which ways are you alike?
Oh, Jesus.
Different?
Let's see.
Like all the ways?
We have enough time for that. I would say that we're different in just how we, our perception of things. So, like, for instance, like Chris and I could be talking about New Orleans. And Chris, have you ever been to New Orleans?
No.
Okay, Chris has never been to New Orleans, but Chris will argue you down about New Orleans. And I'm like, as evidenced by what, Chris? You've never been there. He's like,
Look,
well, I just know. I just know.
I Google,
I just know. I'm like, well, I've been there. So I think I know a little bit about it because I've been there. So I think our perception and the way we see things, like when you look at a glass, one person sees it half full, one person sees it half empty. So I think that's how we're different. I think we're alike because we both are visionaries and actionaries. Mm-hmm. So he gets the vision, and I put it to action, and so I think we work together very well in regards to that's how we're alike. That's what I think. What do you think, honey?
I think we both are passionate about people and helping people lives, especially marriages. And at the end of the day, we really helping not just marriages and families, generations. So we really alike in that area. Different, like apples and oranges.
And hot and cold.
Right, like hot and cold. Because she's always hot, and I'm always cold. So, right. I mean, she's a planner, but sometimes she over plans and don't have order. And I like to make it real simple, just go right into it. And that's why I think we complement each other, because I sit back, I already know what she's doing and where she need me at when she fall back. Like, dang, I got so much going on. I say, look, see, all you gotta do is this. All you gotta do is this.
That's true.
Even though I don't know New Orleans, I know that you go the information. You just apply it and you be good. So it works out like that.
That's true. You do. That's
what
good.
Keeps your marriage solid?
The word.
God. Yeah, that's what keeps it. Yeah, God. I would say God. God is our foundation. When we met each other, we both had a strong foundation in the Word of God. We both had an active prayer life. We already knew the Lord. So that's what keeps us rooted and grounded. So whenever we have tough situations or dark moments, I go to my daddy and I'm like, look, you better holler at your boy, because I'm not feeling this. So please talk to him in a language that he can interpret, okay?
And it's so funny about that, because you can't, she says she go to her father, and she can't go to him without going about herself first. So I don't even go to God about her, because he said, what about you? What did you not do, or what did you not plan or focus on when you know the situation is going to happen? Because a lot of times when stuff happens in marriage, especially our marriage, because there's always something that may happen the next day. So, God said, forget those things, leave them in the past. So I just leave stuff in the past. So.
Yeah, but sometimes you forget what we're supposed to do too. So
that's why you the planner. You got on the calendar for 2018. Get to work.
Were there times of darkness in your marriage? If so, how did you handle it?
I would say yes. There was times of darkness in our marriage because shortly after we got married, so we got married in December, and Chris lost his job in July. And so I would say that was a dark moment for us, because we had all these plans and goals and stuff, and we were like, okay, we're going to pay this off, we're going to do that, we're going to do this. And I was like, what now? So it was a dark moment, because I didn't know how, and I'm a control freak. So I like to have control over things. And so not having that control was a dark moment for me. But we got through that dark moment, or I got through that dark moment, because I don't think Chris saw it as a dark moment by just praying and relying on God and talking to my to other wives, you know, who have been through similar situations, and they just encouraged me during that time. And Chris, his level of faith was just is off the chain. I think that was one of the things that drew me to him. So during that time, he would always be like, "I did. He gonna take care of us. No, I'm not even worried about it. If they say my unemployment gonna end, then it's gonna end. But my daddy gonna take care of us." And unemployment went for like what 2.5 years,
almost 4 years,
almost 4 years, which
about
people don't understand how that happened. But God provided for us. So I would say that was a little dark moment for us.
And I think because she didn't know, like a lot of people, what's ahead, because we was actually going to look house hunting, and it was a lot of stuff we was doing at that same time. And the next thing you know, I don't know if it was the next week or whatever, I got fired, and I knew it was God because nobody got fired like I got fired before. And I filed paperwork, and it was just a mess. But at the end of the day, he said, "I got a plan for you." So I knew the plan. He said, "Go start a landscape business because you did it once." And I did that, and God just opened doors in that area. He said, "Look, I want you to focus and work on your purpose," because he said your gift will make room for you. So I started doing the workshop. We actually started a nonprofit in church in 2006, and it dissolved. So I went back and got it and reinstated and everything else, and went from there, and started doing those things. And it's so funny. I'm 36. It seemed like I learned my purpose at 35. It took 35 years, but because I learned that, I didn't have to go try to look for jobs or anything else. I started operating in what I was designed to do. So that really took a lot off her as well as me, because she was able to help me in what I was designed to do, and God opened doors. So that dark moment, to her, I already seen the plan, because the house, our car, everything worked out exactly how God showed me. And she was like, "Oh, no, I don't believe that." We had a contract on the house. Hold on, we had a contract on the house in Masson, and she wanted that. And I said, "No, we're going to take the contract off. God told me to take it off." She said, "What are you talking about? We want that house." And she's actually working in the area of wives, with the wives. It helps build our marriage. And that itself is build a legacy of developing, strengthening, and making a kingdom marriage. And we want people to remember that as a legacy.
Right. And I think for us, like our kids, our small kids are 3 and 5, yeah. And so, my 5-year-old, he is so funny. He's like, for Anointed Wives, our slogan is "Marriage Rocks," and our 5-year-old walks around the house, "Where you guys going?" And I said, "We're going to marriage ministry." He was like, "Marriage rocks." And so I think what we want the legacy that we want to leave to people, that a marriage does rock. But when we say marriage rocks, a lot of people give me slack for that, because they're like, "Well, my marriage don't rock. It's on the rocks." It'll say rock so much, I rock right out of it, and things like that. But we always, our thoughts is that your marriage rocks, but when you get through when you endure those rocky times, then that's the time when you go to the rock. And so I think what we want couples to leave, the legacy that we want to leave, is that we want people to know that there is a possibility for African Americans to have successful marriages, to have fun, that when you get married, it's not a death sentence, and that so that the younger people will desire what we have. Because what I hear a lot of young people saying is, "I'm good, I don't ever have to do that," because they made it seem so horrible. So I think I want more people to get married as a result of our marriage, and stay married, not just say "I do" and then decide you don't. So
yeah, that's good stuff. No, but I mean, when you think about it, it's the whole family structure. Because marriage, you got the man, you got the wife, and you may not have kids, but you may have kids. But if you don't have that family structure, then that's like you have no community. You have no nation. So that's why